Hello, Brittany here with day 46 of our 67 days towards our own at-home practice, and another awesome day helping us let go of what's past. Today we're going to learn two new awesome postures. They are going to help us bring our hips back into our body, still lengthening them, but not opening them. Working in the opposite side, very complementary to what we've been doing. So if your hips are feeling a little bit loose, today will help. Okay, so let's get started. Sliding the palms into the body, shoulders down and back, chest forward, hips forward, closing our eyes, deep breaths in, complete breaths out. As we inhale, remembering that we're taking in everything our body needs, letting it come in slow and steady. And as we exhale, taking our time to let go of everything no longer serving us. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Taking 3 more breaths just like this. Calming our mind. Tuning into our practice. Each breath a little bit slower, a little bit steadier than the last. Then gently bring our hands to heart center, setting an intention for our practice. This is our last day where I'll offer you a parigraha, or detachment from the material world, and practicing this today by just letting go of our connection with everything around us, with our mat, with our body, with our clothes, with anything of the material nature, and just focusing on your own inward development in our practice, if that's a nourishing intention. If not, setting any other intention that'll keep your mind on your mat. Then gently grounding the palms, sliding them back into the body, shoulders back, hips forward, closing our eyes. Deep belly breaths in, complete breaths out. We're going to use our alternate nostril breathing again today, focusing on balancing our mind. When we're feeling a little bit depressed, balancing ourselves out helps pick us back up. Pointer finger, middle finger on the palm or forehead, covering the right nostril with the thumb, inhaling left. Covering the left with the ring finger to exhale right. Inhaling right. Covering and exhaling left. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Alternating nostrils with each breath. Inhaling through one and exhaling through the other. Still filling up our belly on our inhale. Letting it all go on our exhale. 2 more deep breaths on each side. Allowing our attention to focus on our breath, focus on our body, on all of its sounds and sensations, and just noticing, making no judgments. 1 more deep breath on each side. When we're balanced, grounding our palm, returning to 3 deep belly breaths in and out of the nose. And And when we're ready, gently opening our eyes. We're going to start our practice off in our 6 directions of the spine, coming into our tabletop, spreading our fingers nice and wide underneath our shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Inhaling, engaging the shoulders, eyes up, hips down. Exhaling, pressing through the fingertips, belly into our back, eyes towards our belly. Deep breaths in, complete breaths out. One more just like this. Then finding our comfort back in center. We are going to inch our right knee back, left arm up, deep inhale. Strong shoulders coming into our side plank variation. Exhaling back into the body, right knee forward. Inhaling, left knee back, right arm up, lifting our hips up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, coming back into the body. Inhaling, right knee back, left arm up, dropping the hips, reaching our hips up, and exhaling back in. Inhaling our right arm up, exhaling back in. One more time, each side. We're surrendering our hip down, but still lifting them up towards the ceiling. Last one. Coming back to center, going into our twist. Right arm up, left leg back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to center. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back to our tabletop. 2 more times on each side. Right arm, left leg, lengthen. Exhale and twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling back in. Left arm, right leg. Deep exhale. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back in. Last one. Right arm, left leg. Deep twist. Lengthening. Coming back to our center. Spreading our fingers nice and wide, toes down. Pressing up into our downward facing dog. Gently bending one knee at a time. Loosening up our hamstrings. Hips forward. Pressing through our fingers into our shoulders. Lifting our hips nice and high. We'll reach our right leg up. Coming into our low lunge. Eyes forward, finding our center, finding our comfort. And just like yesterday, we're going to go into our hip opening. Gently bring our knee out to the side. Our left foot in front of our right foot in front of our left knee. Centering our body, keeping our foot and our knee in line. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out, engaging the shoulders together in the back, elbows to the side, eyes up. Just 2 more breaths here. Breathing into any areas of tension we're feeling. Breathing into our hips. Breathing into our low back. Then framing our leg with our hands, coming back up into our lunge. Back toes on the mat. Pressing up. We're going to straighten our front knee, engaging our shoulders together in the back. Eyes forward, deep inhale. Exhale, folding into our side. Letting go of our hamstrings, helping us loosen up. One more deep breath here. And then when we're ready, gently bending into that front knee. Surrendering our back heel. Gonna inhale our arms up, Coming into our warrior, gently bending into that front knee. Arms behind us, really inhaling the chest back, chest open, back together. Deep breaths in, complete breaths out. Reaching our arms up for our last, hugging our shoulders together in the back. Bring our left arm back, keeping our chest nice and wide, coming into our warrior two, surrendering completely to the left side. One more deep breath here. Back hand down to the inside of our thigh, sliding it up, elbow in, right arm up and overhead, keeping that shoulder, gaze up at the ceiling, gently bending into the front knee. 2 more deep breaths. Then bringing our right elbow to the right knee, left arm up and overhead, still hugging that shoulder in the back, lengthening the side, maybe surrendering the bottom hand, eyes up. 2 more deep breaths here, gently hugging the knees, solid foundation. Coming back to our warrior, coming to center, chest up, hips forward, eyes forward, exhale. Folding forward, palms down to the mat in front of us, coming into our wide-legged fold, gauging the shoulders together in the back, nice flat back on inhale. Exhale, bending the elbows towards one another into the body, surrendering the crown. Inhaling up and exhaling in. Just 1 more deep breath, gently opening our hips, loosening our hands. Coming back up on our inhale, and exhale, bending the right knee, coming into our Skandasana, left foot up towards the ceiling, palms maybe to our chest if it feels too intense, grounding them back down. 2 more deep breaths here, making sure our knee is not really far forward over the ankle, keeping it high, keeping tension on the thigh, grounding the palms, coming back to center. Taking a deep inhale, pressing through the fingers. Exhale, elbows together into the body, surrendering the crown. 3 deep breaths here. Breathing into any areas of tension. Breathing into our hamstrings. Breathing into our thighs. And then inhaling, pressing through the fingers. Gently coming back up. We're going to bend into the left side. And then maybe bring our hands up to our heart. So our toes come up to the ceiling on our right foot. 2 more deep breaths. Nice strong chest, strong back. Surrendering the palms. Coming back to center. We're going to come down right onto the mat and then turn over to our left side. Coming back into our lunge. I almost forgot this side. Framing our front foot with our hands. Right knee forward, left knee back, hugging the knees, solid foundation. And then gently bringing our knee out to the side. Coming into our pigeon. Framing our hips with our hands, lifting the chest. And remember, we're not going to sink into our hips if it feels too tense. If we need blocks, bringing them by our side. Eyes gently gazing up, hips centered. 2 more deep breaths here. And when we're ready, gently coming back up into our low lunge. Fleshy part of our toes on the mat. We're not going to bring it up forward, we're going to straighten that knee. Bringing our head down to our knees. Sorry about that. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Just 2 more. Our nice intense side stretch. Bending into the front knee on our next inhale. Surrendering the heel. Gently reaching the arms up. Coming into our warrior one. Bringing the arms behind us. Interlacing our fingers, centering your hips, dropping the back heel, gave us some balance. Makes it harder to center our hips. So we got to do that manually. Reaching the chest back. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. One more here. And then letting the hands come up and overhead. Taking a nice deep breath. Surrendering the back arm, opening up into our warrior two. Coming completely to the right side. Eyes forward, chest still wide. Deep breaths in. Letting go of the belly. Complete breaths out. Surrendering our back hand. Sliding it up the thigh, elbow into the side. Left arm up and overhead. Eyes to the ceiling. 2 deep breaths here. Bending into that front knee. Just one more. Then gently bring our left elbow to our left knee. Right arm up and overhead, still hugging that shoulder in the back. Lengthening the side. Maybe surrendering the palm as the eyes come up. 2 more deep breaths here. Just one more. Now to our warrior. Now to forward. Now down on to our bums. We're going to learn 2 new postures today. And what's really cool about our practice this week in letting go of the past is that we learn ways in which to release the past and then also to be there for the symptoms of releasing the past, which is cool. When we're opening our hips, we want something to bring them back together. We're going to learn 2 new postures to do that. Starting off with one that's just a gentle twist. Bringing our left heel by our right hip, our right foot by our left knee. Stacking gently here, sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling our arms up, gently engaging the shoulders together in the back. And then exhale, right hand goes behind the back, left elbow to the right knee. We can bring our hands to our heart, gently staring over our shoulder. We can bring our hands down to the floor, helping to engage a twist. For the last option, bring our hands underneath, coming into a bind. Either way, staring over the shoulder for 2 more nice deep breaths. Straight back, straight spine. Letting go of the belly on inhale. Only engaging on exhale. And then inhaling the arms back to center. Exhaling them down to the side. That is called Lord of Fishes pose. And we are going to do it on the other side, don't you worry. But before we do, we're going to go into one that's called Gomukhasana or cow face pose. It's kind of weird. But this one is going to open up our hearts while it brings our hips back together. Some of us may be keeping our foot right here because this is already a lot. And we don't have the flexibility in our bottom body yet to bring our ankle down to our right ankle to our left hip, stacking our right knee right over our left. If we can do that, great. If not, great. We're perfect and exactly where we should be. Now we're going to bring our right arm to our back, up and overhead. Our left hand is going to go back, grabbing hold of the hand. If we can't reach here, taking a strap, putting it in our hand, grabbing hold, and then each time we do, gently walking the hands closer, breathing into that tension. 2 more deep breaths here. Sitting up nice and tall. Exhaling out everything that's no longer serving us. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. Then gently releasing, allowing both feet to come forward. Hands by the hips, pressing through the fingers, lifting the chest, pressing through the palms, lifting the spine. 3 deep breaths in our staff. Lengthening our spine, finding our center. Then taking that left foot, bringing it to the right side of our right knee, Bringing our right foot to the left hip. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling the arms up, eyes up, chest forward, hips forward. Exhale, left hand behind us. Right elbow to the knee. Maybe to the heart. Maybe to the floor. And maybe coming underneath our leg for a nice bind. As you see, this one was a little bit more troublesome for me to come in and bind. That's also normal. If one side's a little bit harder than the other, it's fine. It's just part of our journey, part of our growth. Gently staring over our shoulder. One more deep breath here. Then inhaling the arms up. Exhaling them back down. Maybe bringing our left foot to our hip. If not, keeping it right here is fine. It's doing the trick. Stacking the knees as best we can. Inhaling our left arm up. Bring it behind the back. Right hand to meet the left. Eyes forward. 3 deep breaths here. Sitting up nice and tall. Breathing into any tension in our hips. Any tension in our shoulders. One more deep breath. Gently letting it go. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Coming down into our Savasana. Palms to our knees, shoulders together in the front. Slowly coming down onto the back, one vertebrae at a time. Allowing our hands to come next to our hips. Ankles together, letting the toes just gently float over to the side. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. We're going to scan the body for tension, letting go of anything that is holding us tense in any areas of our body. By gently just moving it, adjusting it, finding our comfort. Starting in our toes. Going down the soles of our feet to our heels and our ankles. Going up our shins and our calves to our knees. Making sure they all feel comfortable, and then going through our thighs, going up to our hips and our lower back, and then through our belly to our chest and upper back. Noticing our shoulders if they're down and away from the ears, and then going down each of our arms, through our elbows and forearms, to our wrists and palms and fingers. If anything's on our mind, gently grounding the palms. If it's nice and clear, bringing them up towards the ceiling. Focusing on our breath. Deep breaths in. Complete breaths out. As we gently rock our neck side to side, breathing into any tension we're feeling. And then resting it back in center. Bringing our chin into our chest, and then gently gazing up and overhead. Finding a sweet spot in the back of our head to relax. And then returning our breath to everyday normal breathing. For the next minute, we have nowhere to go and nowhere to be, but right here and right now. Listening only to the sounds and feeling only the sensations in our immediate present. Our only responsibility is to be here now. When we're ready, And only when we're ready, bringing attention back to the body, gently massaging the fingers and the toes amongst one another. Bring our hands together at heart center, our ankles together, gently pointing our toes as we lightly reach our arms up and overhead, engaging a full body stretch, returning attention to the breath with one nice deep breath here. Allowing one knee to come into our chest at a time, hands to our heart, gently rocking over to our right side, hands underneath our head, preparing our body for motion. Taking a deep breath here, and then pressing through the ground below it. Coming back to our seat, sitting up nice and tall, hands to heart center, closing our eyes, reflecting on the intention we set in the beginning of our practice. Only moments in which we met it, ending our practice, bowing to one another, bowing to our beautiful bodies, and honoring the light within one another, which is the same. Namaste. Thank you so much for another great day. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.